Namaste, yogis. Today I have a breakdown of downward facing dog pose, adho, mukha, svanasana for you. This is one of the fundamental poses in yoga, and it is kind of a complicated one. So we'll look at it from the side, and then I'll show you in the front. When you're coming into downward facing dog, you'll start from table pose, from hands and knees. I like to walk the hands about one hand's width ahead of the body and maybe a little bit wide from the shoulders, like in line with the outer edges of the shoulders. And that gives you plenty of room. When you come into the pose, you'll want to externally rotate the shoulders, so hiding the armpits. And you can do that by taking the elbows out to the side and rotating them in, hide the armpits, so that the creases of the elbows face each other. Press down more on the inner edge of the hands. The fingers will be pointed straight ahead. And suction cup the middle of the hands, like pulling up the center of the hand as if you have a squid hand. Shift the hips back towards the heels, tuck the toes under, lift the knees off the floor, keep the knees soft, and then press the floor towards the small end of the mat, away, down and away from you. So notice my heels are off the mat, my knees are bent, and my body is in one long line. Ideally, the head will be between the shoulders, but don't worry about that as much as having the body in one long line from the hands up to the tailbone. And my teacher always said to blossom the butt. So you really lift the tailbone up and away from the mat to elongate your spine. And from here, I like to walk the dog, pedal one heel down at a time. This is a nice warm up for the knees and also a nice little calf stretch. So a couple of things that I often see when people come up into downward facing dog. One thing I often see is people being more like this. That's more like a plank. So the instruction is often to push the floor away from you, but I think that makes people think of a push-up. So I like to think of pushing the floor towards the short edge of the mat or towards whatever's in front of you to shift back so that the shoulders are in line with the rest of the spine rather than having the shoulders over the wrists. Another thing that people often do is they'll lock the knees, and that tends to push them forward and round in the back. So we want to keep the low back in a neutral curve rather than rounding. So that's downward facing dog from the side, and then we'll show it from the front. So coming in from the front, coming into downward facing dog, the fingers are spread wide. They're facing the short edge of the mat. You've got squid hands, so you're pulling up on the inside of the palm and pressing down right here between mainly right here between the index and thumb. Take the elbows out to the side, scoop them in. Notice that the elbow creases face the thumb on the same side. So we're not turning the elbow creases forward, but they're facing the thumb or facing each other even. And then tuck the toes, come into the pose. And we want room for the neck. So we're widening the shoulders to make room for the neck. Something I often see is lifting the shoulders towards the ears, which constricts the neck and is uncomfortable. So we want to widen the shoulders, draw the shoulders away from the ears, hiding the armpits. So what's happening is that the shoulder blades are wrapping around the sides of the shoulders. And that is downward facing dog from the front. Let me know if you have any questions about this posture and in the comments below, or send me an email, and I'll see if I can answer them in another video. Om Shanti.